Welcome back to the Sleepy Professor channel. Are you ready to get into a deep sleep? Make yourself comfortable, breathe a little deeper and let your shoulders melt down into your bed. Tonight we're going to drift gently through the quiet beauty of the earth, discovering calming truths about our home in a slow, peaceful rhythm. No rush, no tension, just soft thoughts about the world we live in. Let the sound of this story cradle you into relaxation. Earth began as a glowing sphere of molten rock over 4.5 billion years ago, swirling in a newborn solar system filled with dust, metal, and cosmic leftovers. Imagine a world without oceans, without sky, without forests or clouds, just a brilliant, shifting ocean of lava stretching from horizon to horizon. The early planet spun beneath an endless darkness, its surface so hot that even rocks behaved like liquid. Yet in this fiery chaos, something remarkable was beginning. The earliest steps toward becoming a home. Over millions of years, Earth slowly cooled. The scorching surface hardened into a fragile crust, much like the cooled surface of a kiln. Volcanoes burst constantly, releasing thick plumes of steam and gases into the air, forming the first primitive atmosphere. This atmosphere was heavy, dark, and full of volcanic breath, but it was the first protective blanket the planet ever wore. Each eruption was like a heartbeat in the world's early life. The sky remained clouded and dim for ages, until eventually moisture began to condense. As temperatures dipped just enough, clouds thickened into massive unbroken sheets that wrapped the world in grey. Then, one day, the sky opened and rain began to fall, not for hours or days, but for millions of years, shaping valleys, carving plains and cooling the planet further. This endless rainfall became the foundation of every stream, lake, and ocean that now cradles Earth's story. As the rains fell, they filled enormous basins, forming the first oceans, vast, dark, and mysterious. The world became blue long before it became green. These early oceans churned with minerals, heat, and potential, waiting for life to take its first fragile steps. Over time, currents formed, swirling like slow underwater winds across the planet's face. The ocean became Earth's first great memory keeper. More than 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, which is why astronauts describe our planet as a glowing blue marble suspended in the void. From space, the oceans look smooth and peaceful, but beneath the surface lies an entire world of mountains, ridges, and valleys. Some underwater peaks rise taller than the tallest mountains on land, hidden far below the waves. The deep sea remains one of the most unexplored places on our planet, darker and quieter than any cave or forest. It is a realm where time seems to slow down. The Mariana Trench, the deepest place known on Earth, stretches so far downward that if Mount Everest were placed inside it, the peak would still be submerged. Down in these depths, sunlight never reaches, and the pressure is immense, yet life still flourishes. Creatures here glow with natural light, a magical adaptation known as bioluminescence. Their soft glimmers drift through black water like floating stars. It reminds us that life appears in even the most unlikely places. Every wave that rises and falls along a shoreline is guided by the moon's gentle pull, even though the moon hangs silently in the distant sky. Its gravity lifts entire oceans by several feet. This creates tides that move in and out with steady rhythm, like Earth breathing in slow motion. For billions of years, the moon and Earth have been locked in this graceful partnership. Their connection shapes coastlines, influences weather, and brings a sense of calm to every beach. Long ago, the moon was much closer, and the tides were far higher. As it slowly drifted away, the Earth's rotation slowed, creating longer days and gentler rhythms. Today, the moon continues to drift outward, roughly the width of your fingernails each year, almost too slow to notice. This subtle change reminds us that even massive celestial bodies move with patient grace. The universe shifts softly, in its own time. Life began in the ocean as tiny, microscopic organisms that floated through the water, like dust motes in sunlight. These early life forms breathed, multiplied, and adapted to changing conditions, forming the first ecosystems. They released oxygen as a byproduct, slowly transforming the atmosphere into something breathable. It took billions of years for life to become complex. But it never stopped growing and searching. The slow rise of life was Earth's quiet triumph. Eventually, plants reached onto land, forming mosses and small, simple vegetation. These early plants paved the way for forests, grasses, and towering trees that would reshape the world. As plants spread across the continents, the Earth transformed from barren rock into vibrant landscapes. Colors appeared: greens, yellows, reds, painting the once muted planet with life. The land began to dream in shades and textures. As plants evolved, they formed dense forests that spread across continents, transforming the planet into a world of green. The air became fresher, cooler, and richer with oxygen, allowing life to thrive in ways previously impossible. Forests became nurseries of diversity, creating homes for insects, birds, mammals, and countless unseen organisms. The soundscapes of Earth grew more complex: rustling leaves, chirping creatures, and wind weaving through branches. With every passing millennium, forests became the beating heart of the planet's ecosystems. Some forests today are incredibly ancient, far older than human civilization. Certain bristle-cone pine trees have lived for nearly 5,000 years, silently witnessing the rise and fall of empires. Their twisted trunks hold centuries of storms, droughts, and sunlight. These trees remind us that Earth has a much longer memory than we often realize. To stand near one is to stand beside time itself. The Amazon rainforest is often called the lungs of our planet because it produces extraordinary amounts of oxygen. Every leaf, branch, and canopy layer participates in an interconnected dance of moisture and sunlight. Water released from the leaves rises into the sky, forming clouds that drift not only over the forest but far beyond it. This cycle helps control rainfall across multiple countries, shaping climates thousands of miles away. The Amazon is not just a forest, it is a continent-sized organism. Millions of species live within this vast green expanse, many so small they're invisible to the naked eye. New species are discovered constantly, even in areas that have been studied for decades. The deeper you go into the forest, the louder and more alive it becomes. Buzzing insects, calling birds, distant animal footsteps. Yet this incredible activity is layered beneath a canopy so thick that sunlight filters down in soft, shifting beams. It is a place where the world breathes loudly, yet always feels serene. Mountains form over millions of years as tectonic plates push against each other, lifting rock toward the sky. They rise so slowly that no human will ever witness their full transformation. Yet the result is breathtaking. Sharp peaks, ridges, and cliffs create landscapes that feel ancient and sacred. Many cultures view mountains as spiritual places, connecting earth to heaven. Standing on a mountain is like standing on the bones of the planet. The tallest mountains are powerful enough to create their own weather. Moist air rises along their slopes, cooling and condensing into clouds that cling to the peaks. Rain and snow fall more heavily in these regions, creating freshwater rivers that flow down to nourish valleys below. Entire civilizations depend on these mountain-borne rivers for survival. Without mountains, many of the world's water sources would simply disappear. In the coldest regions of Earth, glaciers glide slowly across the land, shaping valleys and carrying ancient snow within their frozen layers. These icy giants move only a few inches a day, yet over millennia, they carve landscapes as powerful as rivers. Inside their depths lie bubbles of ancient air, preserved like time capsules from ages long past. Scientists study these bubbles to learn about Earth's earlier climates and the atmosphere that once existed. Each glacier is a frozen library of the planet's history. Icebergs break away from glaciers and drift across polar waters like floating mountains. They shine blue or white depending on how tightly the ice crystals are packed. Beneath the surface, their mass extends deep into the water, far larger than what the eye can see. They move with the currents, melting slowly, releasing fresh water into the ocean. Each iceberg has a quiet journey of its own. Earth is wrapped in a thin, delicate atmosphere made of nitrogen, oxygen, and trace gases that sustain life. Though it extends hundreds of miles upward, it becomes thinner and weaker with altitude. This blanket of air protects the planet from harmful radiation, incoming meteors, and extreme temperatures. The atmosphere also scatters sunlight, painting our sky blue, our sunsets red, and our nights starry. Without it, Earth would be silent and frozen, lacking the comfort we take for granted. Most of the air we breathe is nitrogen, gentle, calm, and largely unreactive. Oxygen, the gas that fuels our every breath, makes up only about 21% of the atmosphere. This delicate balance is perfect for life. Too much oxygen and the world would burn too easily. Too little and breath would be difficult. Everything from weather patterns to bird flight depends on this precise mixture. The atmosphere keeps our planet balanced in a remarkable harmony. The sky appears blue because shorter blue wavelengths of sunlight scatter through the air more easily than red or yellow. As the day begins, sunlight travels through more of the atmosphere, scattering those wavelengths and turning dawn pink and gold. During sunset, light must pass through even more air, filtering out the blues and leaving deep oranges and reds. These colors change minute by minute, creating a natural artwork that no 2 days replicate exactly. The sky is Earth's daily canvas brushed with light. Clouds form when warm air carries moisture upward, allowing it to cool and condense into tiny droplets. These droplets gather together, creating shapes that shift and change continuously throughout the day. Some clouds rise like towers, others stretch across the sky in rippling layers, while some float softly like cotton. Their movement reflects the wind patterns far above our heads, unseen but ever present. Cloud watching is essentially watching the atmosphere dream. Earth experiences seasons because it is tilted on its axis by about 23.5 degrees. This tilt causes sunlight to fall differently across regions as the planet orbits the sun. The result is a beautiful cycle of growth, rest, harvest, and renewal. Every living thing, from plants to animals to humans, moves in rhythm with this cosmic rotation. Seasons are Earth's slow, graceful way of keeping time. Winter brings quietness, a blanket of calm that settles over landscapes and slows the activity of life. Spring awakens the world again, bringing fresh growth, new colors, and the singing of birds returning from migration. Summer provides warmth, long days, and energy for life to flourish. Autumn cools the air, reminding everything to prepare for rest once more. This cycle repeats endlessly, shaping cultures, traditions, and the rhythm of our lives. As the sun dips below the horizon, Earth slowly turns away from its warm light, wrapping half the planet in soft darkness. Nightfall cools the air, quiets the winds, and softens the edges of mountains and valleys. Stars begin to appear, scattered across the sky like tiny glowing jewels. Even meteors streak silently, burning up as they fall, unseen by most but always present. Night is the planet exhaling, a calm pause in its daily rhythm. In remote places untouched by city lights, true darkness still exists. Here, the Milky Way stretches across the heavens, a luminous river of stars, ancient and calm. Animals awaken or settle depending on their instincts, moving in harmony with the soft moonlight. Even the air feels different, cooler, heavier, almost tangible in its stillness. Nighttime is Earth's quiet meditation, a lullaby for every living being. Far north and south, near the poles, Earth displays one of its most magical shows. The auroras. Shimmering curtains of green, pink, and violet ripple across the sky, shifting as invisible solar winds meet the magnetic field. Though they are dazzling to see, the auroras occur silently, without sound, as if painted by the hand of the universe. These lights are made of particles from the sun colliding with gases high in the atmosphere, producing natural light displays that vary night to night. Watching them is like witnessing Earth breathe in color. Auroras are not just beautiful, they are also signals of Earth's invisible defenses. The magnetic field channels dangerous solar radiation away from the surface, protecting all life on the planet. Without this protective shield, our skies would be bright with harmful energy, and life as we know it might not survive. In a way, the auroras are a visible sign of Earth quietly taking care of itself. They remind us that the planet is alive and attentive even where we cannot see. Earth is home to millions of species, each adapted to survive in its own small corner of the planet. Some live in the air, some in the oceans, and some burrow deep into the soil or hide in dense forests. Life thrives in countless forms, many of which we will never see or even imagine. The quiet hum of insects, the distant calls of nocturnal birds, and the rustling of mammals all create a hidden symphony of life. Even in darkness, Earth is full of movement and gentle energy. Humpback whales sing long, intricate songs that drift through the ocean for miles. These melodies are repeated, changed, and adapted by different pods over time, creating an underwater tradition of music. The sounds can be calming even for humans, carrying through vast spaces of water like gentle vibrations. The ocean itself seems alive when these songs echo through its depths. Whales remind us that even the largest creatures can move through the world with patience and grace. Elephants communicate not just with calls, but by sending vibrations through the ground. These signals can travel for miles, reaching other elephants who feel them through their feet. It is a subtle, silent form of communication, much like the soft whispers of a sleeping forest. This connection across distance highlights Earth's ability to carry messages quietly, yet efficiently. The planet provides a medium for life to communicate in ways beyond our perception. Beneath the waves, the ocean contains mountains, canyons and plains as vast as any land feature. Sunlight only penetrates a few hundred feet, leaving the deep seas dark, cold and mysterious. Creatures of unimaginable forms float and hunt, glowing softly in the darkness, using light to lure, signal and survive. The quiet and pressure down here are immense, yet life persists, adapting to extreme conditions. The deep ocean is a reminder that beauty and complexity can exist in complete silence. Some fish have eyes so large they can see in the faintest glimmers of light. Others produce their own bioluminescence, creating tiny flashes like stars scattered in a black sky. Even the ocean floor, far from sun or warmth, hosts vibrant ecosystems around volcanic vents. Tiny microorganisms convert chemicals into energy, forming the foundation of life in this alien landscape. It is a world of patience, resilience, and quiet magic. Water on Earth moves in endless cycles, evaporating from oceans, forming clouds, falling as rain, flowing through rivers and returning to the seas. A single raindrop may have traveled thousands of miles, passing through clouds, rivers, and living creatures before reaching the soil beneath your feet. Water moves quietly without fanfare, yet it shapes landscapes, nourishes forests, and sustains every form of life. Its journey is slow, continuous, and vital, connecting every corner of the planet in a gentle rhythm. When you drink water, you are taking part in a story billions of years old. Clouds can weigh millions of pounds, yet they float effortlessly across the sky. Their shapes constantly shift, forming towering structures, smooth blankets, or wispy streaks. They carry moisture that feeds rivers, fields, and forests, making life possible far below. The drift of clouds is a reminder that even heavy things can move gracefully when guided by invisible forces. Watching clouds is like witnessing the breath of the planet. Beneath our feet, tectonic plates drift slowly, carrying continents on a journey that takes millions of years. This motion is nearly imperceptible, yet over time it creates mountains, valleys, and ocean basins. Earthquakes remind us of these movements, sudden and powerful, but usually unnoticed by most of the world. Even in this constant change, the planet maintains a balance, as if moving in a patient, silent rhythm. The ground beneath you is alive, slowly shaping the world above. Volcanoes are another expression of Earth's hidden energy. They form when molten rock from the mantle pushes through the crust, reshaping landscapes in slow or sudden bursts. Eruptions can be violent, yet they also create fertile soil and new land. Over millennia, entire islands have risen from the ocean because of volcanic activity. Earth's strength is both quiet and mighty. Earth is home to an incredible variety of life, from the smallest microbes to the largest mammals. Many species remain undiscovered, hiding in oceans, forests, and even underground caves. Life adapts in countless ways, surviving in extreme heat, crushing pressure, freezing ice, and scorching deserts. Every ecosystem, no matter how small, has its own rhythm and balance, quietly supporting countless creatures. The diversity of life is a testament to Earth's resilience and creativity. Forests, grasslands, wetlands, and deserts all work together in subtle harmony. Predators and prey, plants and pollinators, soil organisms and fungi, each contributes to a delicate cycle of life. Even the tiniest insects have a role to play, breaking down leaves, recycling nutrients, and keeping forests alive. All of these systems function in quiet coordination, mostly unnoticed by humans, yet essential for the planet's health. Nature thrives in silence and patience. Rivers carry water and nutrients across continents, connecting mountains to oceans. Along the banks, life flourishes in concentrated abundance, from fish and amphibians to birds and mammals. Rivers shape the land slowly, carving valleys, depositing fertile soil, and sustaining forests. The movement of water is unhurried but constant, like a heartbeat that never stops. Following a river's path is like following Earth's pulse itself. Earth orbits the sun at the perfect distance, not too hot, not too cold. This narrow Goldilocks zone allows liquid water to exist, which is essential for life. The atmosphere, oceans, and land all work together to maintain this balance, creating a stable climate. Without this delicate configuration, Earth would either freeze into an icy wasteland or burn into a desert. The planet's position in space is one of its most remarkable and peaceful features. The rotation of Earth provides day and night, giving life cycles a gentle rhythm. It spins once every 24 hours, a pace just right for rest, activity, and growth. Seasons change slowly, guiding the cycles of plants, animals, and human life. Everything moves in harmony, like a slow cosmic dance. Earth's timing is perfect for life to flourish. Humans are relatively new to the planet, yet we have become part of its story. Our cities, farms, and roads mark the land, but forests, rivers, and mountains continue their ancient cycles undisturbed. Humans have learned to watch the weather, map the stars, and track the migrations of animals. We are observers as much as participants, connected to Earth in countless invisible ways. Even our quietest moments are influenced by the rhythms of the planet. When you walk barefoot on the soil or sand, water or grass, you are touching the product of billions of years of slow change. Every stone, every leaf, every breath of air is part of a vast system of life. The ground beneath your feet is alive, the air around you is alive, and the water you drink is alive. Humans are a small part of a much larger, enduring story. Feeling this connection can bring a gentle sense of peace. Earth contains places of astonishing quiet. Valleys, caves, forests and deserts where human noise is absent. In these spaces you can hear the subtle pulse of life, the soft wind through leaves, the distant rush of water. The silence is not emptiness, but a different kind of fullness, a space for rest and reflection. These quiet places remind us that stillness is just as powerful as movement. The world's peace is woven into its softest, calmest corners. Stars reflect their light through the atmosphere, creating patterns that have guided humans for thousands of years. Even without instruments, people have watched the sky, noting seasons, tides, and time. The constellations are Earth's silent companions, shining softly, marking the slow rotation of the planet. They are reminders that Earth is part of something much larger, moving gracefully through space. Night after night, the sky tells the same story of calm and continuity. Deep inside, Earth's molten core spins, generating a magnetic field that shields life from solar radiation. This protective envelope allows oceans to remain liquid and life to thrive on the surface. The magnetic field channels energy that sometimes appears as the auroras, dancing silently in the polar skies. Even though we cannot touch it, the core maintains life in every breath we take. It is a quiet heartbeat that runs beneath the planet's surface. Earth's natural cycles, water, air, seasons, tectonics, and life itself move in slow, consistent rhythms. These cycles have continued for billions of years, long before humans arrived, and likely long after we are gone. Everything from the tiniest microbe to the largest mountain participates in this endless, gentle rhythm. Observing these patterns can bring a sense of calm, as if the planet itself is singing a lullaby. We live within a world that moves carefully, patiently, and perfectly. And now, as our journey comes to its final quiet moments, let yourself feel the gentle pulse of the world around you. Earth is patient, living, breathing, and eternal, shaped by fire, softened by water, cooled by night, and warmed by the sun. Its story is long, ancient, and peaceful, and tonight you get to rest within it. Close your eyes. Breathe softly, and let the calm of this planet guide you into sleep. Good night, traveler. May the oceans, forests, mountains, and skies carry you gently into dreams. May the whisper of leaves, the rhythm of rivers, and the glow of stars cradle your mind. Sleep deeply, knowing you are part of a living, breathing, beautiful Earth.